Hi, tonight's in Groovy Entertainment. Today we're going to record a play for you. Today, record Jean Lafitte from 1978. So let's get started.
100 years ago, come back in time with me to 100 years ago and hear this history of a man you ought to know. Way down in New Orleans, come along with me and meet a fighting privateer by the name of Jean Lafitte.
Jean Lafitte, are you here?
Belush, is that you?
Yes, Jean. Have you heard the news?
What news?
The governor has put out a reward for you.
For me? A reward? What for?
Listen, I brought a copy of the proclamation. Reward, $500 for the pirate Jean Lafitte and his bandits. It shall be a crime for all citizens of New Orleans to purchase goods from Jean Lafitte or do business with him in any fashion.
A pirate? He calls me that.
Wait, Jean, there's more. Jean Lafitte and his bandits are now declared outlaws and enemies of the United States. Let no citizen of New Orleans partake of his ill-gotten treasures without exposing himself to the severest punishment.
Outlaws?
And it's signed, William C.C. Claiborne, U.S. Governor, City of New Orleans.
Pirates? Outlaws? Bandits? Claiborne, he slanders us. We are not pirates, we are privateers. There is a difference, Belush.
Don't forget, Jean, that Claiborne hasn't been in New Orleans very long.
10 years, Belush. That's long enough to learn the difference between a pirate and a privateer. A pirate attacks any ship at sea in search of treasure and loot. A pirate kills if he wishes.
And a privateer, Jean?
Ah, a privateer. That's an honorable profession. We have letters from the city of Cartagena permitting us to attack their enemies at sea. That enemy is Spain. We attack Spanish ships, Belush, and we are entitled to whatever they may carry.
Claiborne calls you a smuggler, too.
Ah, what does he know? We have the right to sell the booty we capture. That is not smuggling, Belush. That is business. And a good business it is, my friend. All New Orleans comes to us and buys from us, and Claiborne knows it. What else does he say about me?
He says you are an enemy of America, Jean.
An enemy? Belush, that man is a fool. This is my adopted country. I came here as a young man. Came here to the swamps of Barataria and to New Orleans. I love it here, Belush. Someday Claiborne will know it. But now, Belush, to business. Where is Gamby?
Outside, Jean, waiting.
Gamby, come in here.
I'm here, Jean. I'm here. What is it?
Gamby, you have been attacking ships.
That's our business, isn't it?
Attacking Spanish ships, yes, but not French, not British, and Gamby, certainly not American ships. Do you hear me?
What's the difference? A ship is a ship.
You make the same mistake that American governor makes, Gamby. We are not pirates. We attack where we have the right, the documents, and we touch no other ships, understand?
Yes, I understand, Jean. But in the old days...
These aren't the old days, Gamby. This city is American now. Understand? No ships.
All right, Jean. Yeah, I understand. Can I go now?
Yes, Gamby.
See ya.
Gamby is in one of his moods again. Mark my words, Jean. He will be trouble one day. I know it.
Thank you for your concern, Belush, but Gamby is a good sailor. He'll listen.
I would take heed if I were you, Jean. He is jealous.
Of what?
You, Jean. Gamby is older than you. He was here in the bayous long before you came. But now you are the leader. All Barataria knows you, follows you, and he resents it. Mark my words, Jean, and keep your eyes on Gamby.
Way down in New Orleans, there's another man who came. He was governor, Mr. Claiborne was his name. He swore that some fine day he'd give himself a treat of locking up in jail the pirate Jean Lafitte.
Governor, aren't you being harsh on this man Lafitte? I mean, offering a $500 reward?
Harsh? On a pirate? In what way am I being harsh, Lieutenant?
Come now, Governor. Privateering isn't really a crime. It's become an economic necessity. It's become part of the custom here.
Some custom, I must say. What do you mean, economic necessity?
Governor, I simply mean that it's become an accepted way of doing business here in New Orleans. You forget that New Orleans has not been American very long.
10 years, that's long enough.
But, Governor, you forget that New Orleans has belonged to many countries in its time. First, it was French. It was a proud city then, capital of the French colony of Louisiana.
Lieutenant, what has this to do with Lafitte and his pirate ways?
Privateering ways, Governor, according to Lafitte. When New Orleans belonged to the French, the people here got their supplies from across the ocean, from France herself. But there was no way they could be assured that these supplies would make it, so they took to buying from the privateers, men like Lafitte. It's become quite honorable, Governor, I assure you.
Times have changed, Lieutenant. France sold Louisiana to Spain.
Yes, that was in 1769, over 60 years ago.
Spain sold it to Napoleon of France.
12 years ago.
And Napoleon sold Louisiana to the United States.
That was 10 years ago when you came here as governor.
So?
All I mean to say, Governor, is that over the years, the business of privateering and selling the booty, well, it's become just part of the way of life here. It's not as wicked as you might think. Lafitte does not go around killing people like pirates do. He and his men don't walk around with patches over their eyes like Captain Kidd. No, Governor, they are simply businessmen nowadays. Even the Americans here do business with them today.
No, I say they are bandits and smugglers. As governor, it is my duty to make sure that there are law and order in New Orleans. I do not approve of Jean Lafitte and his ways. He is against the law, and I intend to capture him and make him an example to all the people of New Orleans. Wait and see. Just wait and see.
The governor sent soldiers through the swamps of Barataria looking for Jean Lafitte. But the bayou land was home to Jean and his men and protected them. Times were changing, and some Americans new to the city were against Jean Lafitte. Public opinion against him was growing, and Jean could feel it.
I tell you, Belush, there's a different mood in the air. These Americans are talking against me, more and more.
It is not your fault, Jean. We know that.
We know that, yes. But the talk goes on. It's the fault of those pirates in the Gulf of Mexico and down in the Caribbean. They are attacking ships of all nations. They are stealing and killing. And we are being blamed.
It is just talk, Jean.
But it is spreading, Belush. The stories come from other American cities, from New York, Salem, Boston, Philadelphia, Charleston. Citizens of New Orleans are afraid to leave the city by ship and travel to any of these places. They're afraid the pirates will rob them, and we get the blame, Belush.
And the Americans, Jean? Are they becoming afraid of us?
Yes, and they are the last ones I would harm. We are Americans now. Louisiana is American. I love our country. I would do nothing to hurt it. No. I have given strict orders, above all, that when our men go privateering, they do not harm American ships. Strict orders, Belush. What is that noise, Belush?
I'll go see.
What is it, Belush?
Jean, something has happened.
Well, what is it? What has happened?
An American merchant ship, Jean. It has been attacked and sunk.
An American ship? Sunk where?
In the Gulf of Mexico.
Who has done this thing?
One of our ships, Jean.
One of ours? Who was commanding?
It was Gambi. I told you, Jean. He is dangerous.
Bring him here! Gambi.
Yeah, Jean?
I told you never to touch an American ship, you fool! This can ruin us all. You are giving the American authorities the chance to say we are pirates. Claiborne's been waiting for this.
Yeah, you'll never know it.
How can you be sure of that? It must never happen again.
Well, I can't be sure to that.
What do you mean?
You want me never to attack an American ship again? You want me to promise? Just because the Americans will call us pirates? Well, I am a pirate. So are you. We are all pirates. You give yourself fancy airs like a gentleman. Well, you're a liar. You're a pirate, too.
Gambi, I will tear you apart. Stop it, both of you. Jean, this isn't the way. Stop it. He's an old man.
Gambi, get out. That's right, Gambi. Go. No American ship is to be touched by any of us, ever. Is that understood? Get out!
But a little while later,
Bush, what's that commotion?
It's outside the window here. Let me look. Jean, it's Gamby and some of the men. They look angry.
What are they saying?
Jean, it's a mutiny. Gamby is trying to take over your whole band.
Oh, he is he? Well, there's one way to take care of this.
Jean, be careful. There are 30 of them out there. They'll kill you.
No, Belush. I'm going outside.
Gumby is our chief, not you, Lafitte.
Right. Tell him, Pierre.
We'll take orders from him, not you.
Right.
We will attack any ships we want. The seas are ours.
I say no American ship.
We said that Gumby is our leader, Lafitte.
Jean, he has a pistol.
Your days are over, Lafitte. Take this.
Not fast enough, Pierre.
You shot him.
And I'll shoot any other man who defies my orders. Who is your chief?
You, Jean.
And we will not attack American ships. Take him away.
the news of the attack reached Governor Claiborne.
I tell you, Lieutenant, this must stop. Lafitte and his men must be brought down.
But this takes men and money, Governor. If we are to invade those swamps of Barataria, where Lafitte lives, we need many more men than we have.
I know. I have asked the state legislature for more forces here, but they refuse.
Why?
The United States is at war with the British. The nation needs all its men for that. I tell you, Lieutenant, I'm worried.
But what about?
New Orleans is one of the targets the British are after. If they capture this city, they get control of the port. Then they control entry into the Mississippi. It's an important city. We can barely hold them off now, as it is. Lafitte can make a difference.
How?
He has over 1,000 men under his command in the swamps. Just think, Lieutenant, if the British can persuade him to join against us, they'd have the strength to win New Orleans. It could tip the scale in this whole war.
But I thought Lafitte didn't like the British. I hear he was raiding their ships and they tried to get back at him and clean out his whole band.
Yes, and the British didn't know his strength. Lafitte and his men chased them back to their ships and they sailed away in quite a hurry, I hear. But Lafitte knows that I'm sworn to get him, to end his pirating and smuggling. He and I are enemies.
I wish that weren't the case, Governor. He's a brave man. He could be helpful to the American cause.
It may be too late, Lieutenant. Lafitte was born in France. France and England are friends. The British warships are now outside New Orleans, and our intelligence reports say that they are sending British officers into the swamps to talk to Lafitte.
To persuade him to join the British against us?
Exactly. So the question is, which way does the wind blow? Where do Lafitte's sympathies lie? With America or with the English? The answer could mean the winning of a war.
The same question was being asked that very moment on a British warship anchored just outside the port of New Orleans. Some British officers were talking.
What is our mission, Captain?
To persuade Jean Lafitte to join the British against the Americans.
You think he will do it?
Lafitte has no love for the Americans. He's hunted by them as a criminal. And besides, the man is a pirate, a buccaneer, a criminal. He is not an English gentleman. He can be bought. And we, my dear fellow, we British shall buy him. And we shall buy his loyalty and his band of cutthroats. With them we shall win New Orleans. And we shall win the war against the Americans. Yes, indeed. We shall buy Jean Lafitte.
The British came sailing up the Mississippi River and came to New Orleans. The Americans came running and taught the bloody British what fighting really means. From out of the plantations with their rifles and their pistols, the privateers fought back. From the trees and from the bushes, they began to open fire to return the big attack. Out of Louisiana, out of the bayous, the soldiers and the privateers fought the British fleet. Side by side they turned the tide, the troops of General Jackson and the pirates of Lafitte. The British kept a-coming on the land and on the levees, the cannons all in tow. The pirates kept a shooting with their rifles and their muskets till the woods were all aglow. The redcoats kept a marching with their ribbons and their bugles. They made a pretty sight. But the soldiers and the pirates from the ditches and the trenches showed the British how to fight. Out of Louisiana, out of the bayous, the soldiers and the privateers fought the British fleet. Side by side they turned the tide, the troops of General Jackson and the pirates of Lafitte. British reinforcements came to fight a final battle with New Orleans prize. The soldiers and the privateers fighting all together gave the British some surprise. From the land of Louisiana, the Americans came fighting. The redcoats had to run. When the battle was all over, the British had retreated. The Americans had won. Up north the war went on, in towns and village greens. The British set their sights on taking New Orleans. The governor had doubts the British could be beat, but Claiborne had forgot the pirate Jean Lafitte.
The year was 1814. The United States was at war with England. It was going badly for America. The British had landed in Washington and set fire to the capital. President Madison and his cabinet had fled the city. The English took some American prisoners and put them aboard a ship in the harbor outside Baltimore. From the ship, the Americans could see the British bombing Fort Henry. The fort was flying the American flag. All through the night, the British bombs kept falling. And all through the night, the American flag, tattered and torn, still waved above the fort. One of the American prisoners on the ship wrote a poem about it. His name was Francis Scott Key, and the poem was called The Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched was so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Down in New Orleans, two officers of the invading British fleet came ashore to talk to Jean Lafitte.
Gentlemen, I am honored by your visit. May I ask the purpose? Captain Lockyer, would you begin?
Mr. Lafitte, we represent His Britannic Majesty's forces. We ask all people of Louisiana of French, Spanish, or Indian blood to join with the English against the forces of the United States.
And if we don't, then what?
Then I regret to tell you that you will be attacked by His Majesty's ships. Isn't that correct, Captain McWilliams?
Captain Lockyer? Right. Well, there is more, Mr. Lafitte.
What is it?
We believe the Indians in Louisiana Territory are friendly toward the British, and we shall encourage them to go on the warpath against the Americans.
Quite so, quite so. Any house flying the British flag will not be harmed. Neither will any houses flying the flags of France or Spain.
That's pretty strong action, Captain.
The British are at war only with America, Mr. Lafitte. America's friends are our enemies.
From what we hear, Mr. Lafitte, You are not a great friend to America yourself.
Maybe yes, maybe no. What more have you to say?
This, Mr. Lafitte. The British forces request your services and the services of all who follow you. We want you to join with us against the Americans.
And if we do?
None of your property will be harmed, Mr. Lafitte, nor that of any of your men.
Furthermore, my dear chap, if you join us, we are authorized to offer you the rank of captain in the British Navy.
Along with more land than you already own.
Very generous, Captain. Is there more?
Yes, indeed. We also ask that you guide the British forces through the swamplands of Barataria. This is a very treacherous country, Mr. Lafitte. These swamps, these forests.
Yes, strangers can drown in there, or get lost, never be found again, or even eaten by crocodiles.
Dear me, quite so, quite so. So you see how helpful your guidance could be.
In addition, Mr. Lafitte, we wish you to speak to all the men in the region and instruct them that they are to aid the British. If any of your men do not care to do so, they must remain neutral.
Well, that is quite a request.
Request? My dear Lafitte, you misunderstand us. It is no request, it is a demand.
A demand?
Quite so, my good man. We must warn you that if you do not agree, we will destroy this whole region of Barataria, over which you hold control.
So that's it. Help you and destroy New Orleans, or we are destroyed ourselves. That sounds like a threat, Captain, and I'm not sure my men like threats. We must have time to think it over.
There is no time, Lafitte. We need an answer now. Now look here, my dear chap. Your answer must be to help the British. You're a Frenchman. America is not your country. You're a hunted man here. If you help us, all your past will be forgiven.
Besides, there may be a higher rank for you than captain.
And if the British win the war, you would receive 30,000 pounds. There would be money, land, more power, Lafitte. Think of it.
Gentlemen, your terms are most interesting. But you must excuse me for a few minutes. I'll be back shortly.
Well, he's gone, McWilliams. What do you think?
I'm sure we've been successful, Lockyer. Lafitte will be on our side.
I agree. With their help, we will take New Orleans. And once we have the city, we will control the Mississippi River. We will sail up the river as conquerors. The war will be won. Lafitte is coming back.
And he's bringing his leaders with him.
Well, Lafitte, have you decided?
My men have some say in this affair. Right, men?
Take your hands off us. You're ripping our uniforms.
Stop that, I
Stop
say.
it.
Death to the British. We're Americans.
All right, men. All right, that's enough for now.
Lafitte, what is this?
Captain, you see how my men feel. We thank you for your offer, but we'd like more time to think it over. Good day, gentlemen.
But see here, Lafitte.
Good day.
Good day,
Gentlemen.
gentlemen.
One day, Governor Claiborne received a letter.
It's from Lafitte, that scoundrel. Let's see what it says. My dear Governor Claiborne, it says, I'm condemned by America, my adopted country. However,
I will never allow anything to prevent me from serving her or proving that she is dear to me. The point of Louisiana, known as Barataria, which I occupy, is of great importance in the present war with the British. I offer you my services to defend it. I ask only one condition. I ask only pardons for my men and myself.
So, he offers to defend his swampland against the British. No, I will never have anything to do with that pirate. Still, the man does have courage. Together we might. No, not with that man.
But soon a visitor came to New Orleans. He was to change Claiborne's mind. The visitor, General of the United States Army, Andrew Jackson.
An honor to have you in New Orleans, General Jackson.
Thank you, Claiborne. I've brought troops to defend New Orleans. This port is becoming more and more important to the entire war.
But it's a lost cause, General. We are hopelessly outnumbered by the British.
What if we had more men?
We stand a good chance, but this is rough country, General. It's full of swamps. Your soldiers from the north could get lost in there and drowned.
I hear that there's a band of men that knows the swampland.
Who?
Lafitte.
Lafitte? He's a pirate, a smuggler. Would you put the fate of America in his hands?
Claiborne, our situation is dangerous. If the devil himself offered an army, I'd consider it. I understand he's offered us his help.
Yes.
Then we should talk to him.
Talk to him? But, General, that man...
Claiborne, that is an order. We will talk with Jean Lafitte.
A meeting was arranged, and it turned out to be one of the most important meetings in the history of New Orleans.
So you are Jean Lafitte.
And you are the famous General Jackson. I believe they call you Old Hickory.
It's a name I got fighting the Indians. And now, Lafitte, meet a friend of yours, Governor Claiborne.
We are not friends, General.
No, we are not. Especially since you offer only $500 for my head, Claiborne. I was going to offer $1,000 for yours.
$1,000 for my head? What impudence.
Calm now, Claiborne. I think it's a good joke. Look, both of you. We have business together, and it means the survival of the city of New Orleans. Claiborne, I want you and Lafitte to shake hands.
Well, I'm willing. Even though $500 isn't much to offer as a reward for me.
Well, Lafitte, perhaps if I had met you in person, I would have raised it. Not much, mind you, but maybe a little.
Now, to business. The British are sailing here in great force from Jamaica. They're heading toward the mouth of the Mississippi. They've got at least 12,000 seasoned fighters. No matter what we do, we're outnumbered.
I have over 1,000 men. They'll fight with me for America.
We need guns and ammunition.
We have those too, hidden in the swamps.
Good. Now, some of the British have landed and have taken to parts of your swampland. I want to know how many there are and where they are.
My men know the swamps like Claiborne here knows the streets of New Orleans. But my men want to be more than spies. They want to fight for America. They want to come out of hiding. But they can't as long as they're condemned like criminals. Claiborne, you have 80 of my men locked up in jail right now.
If you're with us, Lafitte, they'll be freed by morning.
Good. They're fighting men. And there are hundreds, even thousands more hiding along the lakes and bayous. Give us your word, Claiborne.
Well, I don't know.
General Jackson, can't you persuade him?
Governor, the fate of this city is in your hands. Think carefully.
Well, oh, very well. Yes, you have my word, Lafitte. They'll go free.
The meeting was a success. The next morning, the cell doors swung open and all Lafitte's privateers who had been captured by Claiborne were freed. They joined Jackson's army. The word went out through the bayous and the swamps, down the rivers and across the land. From all parts of the territory they came. American, French, Spanish, dark men and light men, young men and old men, the sons of wealthy planters and men with fierce mustaches and gold hoops in their ears. They brought their weapons with them, guns and pistols, swords and knives and cutlasses. They came out of the bayous to save the city of New Orleans. The pirates were now patriots, and with General Andrew Jackson in command, the battle for New Orleans began.
Out of Louisiana, out of the bayous, the soldiers and the privateers fought the British fleet. Side by side they turned the tide, the troops of General Jackson and the pirates of Lafitte. The British reinforcements came to fight a final battle with New Orleans prize. The soldiers and the privateers, fighting all together, gave the British some surprise. From the land of Louisiana, the Americans came fighting. The redcoats had to run. When the battle was all over, the British had retreated. The Americans had won. We won!
The city was saved, and in short time the war was won. America was safe and the British fled home across the sea. And soon after, there was a victory celebration in New Orleans.
Hooray for General Jackson!
Let's hear it!
Well, first, I have something here that will be especially interesting to Mr. Lafitte and his band.
What is it?
What is it?
It's a proclamation from the President of the United States, James Madison. He's grateful for the courage of Jean Lafitte and the men who fought beside him. He salutes all the men who took part in defending New Orleans. He declares that if any of them took part in crimes at sea before the British invasion, they shall now receive full pardon. And they are here and forthwith declared to be citizens of the United States of America.
A happy day. Yes, Governor? Yes, Jean. It looks like I won't be putting up any more rewards for capturing you.
I guess not, Governor, but I do have one favor to ask.
Certainly, Jean. What is it?
If you do post a reward for me someday,
Yes?
don't you think $500 is a little low for me?
I don't think America has the money you're really worth, Jean. You and your pirates? I mean your privateers.
The Battle of New Orleans was a turning point in the war against the British. It lifted the spirits of Americans all over the country, and it taught the British, and other countries too, that Americans from many kinds of backgrounds could unite, that when it came to fighting for their freedom, Americans were one people.
The British came a-sailing up the Mississippi River and came to New Orleans. The Americans came running and taught the bloody British what fighting really means. From out of the plantations with their rifles and their pistols, the privateers fought back. From the trees and from the bushes they began to open fire to return the big attack. Out of Louisiana, out of the bayou, the soldiers and the privateers fought the British fleet. Side by side they turned the tide, the troops of General Jackson and the pirates of Lafitte. The British kept a-coming on the land and on the levees, their cannons all in tow. The pirates kept a-shooting with their rifles and their muskets till the woods were all aglow. The redcoats kept a-marching with their ribbons and their bugles, they made a pretty sight. But the soldiers and the pirates from the ditches and the trenches showed the British how to fight. Out of Louisiana, out of the bayou, the soldiers and the privateers fought the British fleet. Side by side they turned the tide, the troops of General Jackson and the pirates of Lafitte. The British reinforcements came to fight a final battle with New Orleans the prize. The soldiers and the privateers fighting all together gave the British some surprise. From the land of Louisiana, the Americans came fighting. The redcoats had to run. When the battle was all over, the British had retreated. The Americans had won.
So that was Jean Lafitte from 1978. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment, and have a groovy day with another video coming out real soon.